Welcome to the first Photoshop challenge by photoshopeducation.blogspot.com. We've posted now on the site a Photoshop challenge. Basically, it's an image that we created, and it's based off of previous tutorials. So if you've been following it, this is going to be a cinch. If you don't remember everything, you can actually scroll down to on this challenge, and we give you some tips and hints to try to get you through it. But if you are really stumped, well, you're watching this video. And so if you haven't tried this yet, stop the video, go try doing it, see if you can duplicate it. The only three things that we told you is you're going to need the sky photo, which we've used before, which is called DSC03562. And if you don't have it, scroll down to the bottom of the challenge and left click on Download Supporting Files. We also told you that we used an Arial font, and in this black area it was actually 768 by 119. So how did we do it? I know it's nothing glamorous, but it is going over truly the basics. We did not want to create a challenge that, well, we didn't really show you this, but this is how you did it, and kind of stump you. No, we want you to use the features or the examples that we've shown you in previous tutorials to come up with this. How did we create it? It's pretty simple. Now we might not get a perfect example like this, but we'll show you how we did it real quickly. First, we open the image of the sky. We're going to use that a little bit later, but the next area we wanted to do was reset the palette, so we hit the D key, and we wanted the black to be the background, and so we used the X to flip them on the keyboard. And let's look at this again. Okay, the first area we want that black, so let's go ahead and do a new, and we told you already 768 by 119, so we left click that, and you'll notice in here is alternating blue, red, so on. We'll just probably do maybe the first word. We told you we were going to use Arial, so we left click on the text type tool, left click on that. Arial, we put it as a 60 font size, and we started off with the blue, and we came in here, and all we did is really just type in Photoshop challenge. And before we committed this with that checkbox, we said, hey, we need to change this to a red, so let's come down here, change this to a red. So we like this color, so we came down this numeric value, did a copy, and then did an OK. Then we came alternating word, came in here, and then just did a Control V to paste. And once we proceeded to that, then we decided we needed to have something background, kind of using the elliptical tool, and we decided we would use that as a yellow. And so we did let's commit this. As you can see, we went all the way out to challenge. You can repeat that, that's fine. Just time consuming here. Then what we did is actually, we knew we didn't need this layer as a text. So what we did is right click on it and we rasterize that layer. Then we use the move command tool. Then we moved it more towards the center. And then we decided, okay, it's time to put this yellow. So we used the right clicked on here, left clicked on the ellipse tool, came up to color, changed it to yellow, and this might not be perfect, but it'll be close enough. You can play around it just to show you. And we drag this, and then what we did is actually came over here to shape 1. We rasterized that layer. We realized, this yellow is covering it up, so we left clicked on Photoshop challenge, and then held down the left mouse button, dragged it up. There's the words. So this is where we're at right now. You see this yellow background, Photoshop challenge. The next area, we wanted you to actually create a new layer. Remember, we could come down here and do a create new layer, or we could come into layer and do a new layer. And this one we actually called a brush. It doesn't matter. We're looking for your end result, is not the layers. And then what we did is we left clicked on the brush, left clicked on the color, foreground color, And actually we did a Control V to paste because we still had that red in the clipboard. And we came into brush size, turned it down to a 15 pixels, turned down the hardness to nothing so it's really blurry. And we drew something like this on the bottom. Not perfect, but you can see how we did that. Next thing you'll notice is some of these words or letters are removed, a portion's removed. Well, how did we do that? Well, in one of the last tutorials we actually talked about the eraser tool. So we came in here and we left clicked the eraser tool and we went to go do it, and we realized that the top layer, or the layer that we would have erased, is the brush. Well, that's down here. So we had to left click the Photoshop challenge, and then we came in here and held down the left mouse and did something like this, and we'll say that. And that's all we did there. Now let's look at it. It's getting pretty close. Now we got to merge it with the sky photo. The easiest way is to left click the top layer, and hold down the shift key, and that highlights all the layers. Right click and left click merge layers. Now we don't really need this example anymore because all we're doing left here is merging it into the sky photo. So let's close that down. Before we forget, you know that this size, this bar here, or this image, is 768 wide, right? Well, if you looked at the original image, it was expanded all the way from left to right. So how did we do that? Well, we came into this image, left clicked on the tab, and then we used image size. We left the constrained proportions checked, and we typed in, we know that it's 768, and it changed it to 576. Fine. The next area, what we did is we needed to merge it. Went to Window, Arrange, and left click Tile. Now they're side by side. Left clicked on the Move tool. Left clicked on the tab of what we want to merge from, which is this Photoshop challenge word. And then we left clicked the layer. And then we held down the left mouse button and we dragged it over here. And then we're done with this. We close this down. We don't need that anymore. And just to make it easier, we use the zoom command, actually Control plus key to zoom in. And then we made sure the move command was still selected, made sure it said layer 1. And then all we did was drag that to the top. That's how you get the challenge, or finish the challenge. Yes, it's not perfect, but you can see we use the zoom command. We've merged layers from other images. We showed you the text tool, eraser tool, the brush tool, the ellipse tool, and even creating a new document with a background of a black. So we've done a lot of different tutorials in this one challenge. We'll be doing new Photoshop challenges in the future as it grows. As we finish one challenge, we'll create another challenge and see if you guys can actually repeat this. The new challenges will not only use new features, but it will also use older features. So we might be doing text again. So that way you keep on learning and remembering. This is how you do something in Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed this Photoshop challenge and have a wonderful day. Bye.